Alright, so I'm Malcolm Calhoun. I am in Miss Alyssa Carver's English class at Clemson University on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3:30. And she has asked us to make a metaphor for our writing styles and compare it to like an event, an action you do in life, an object, like how you do stuff. And to be honest, I really struggled with this. I could not find any idea of what I was going to do. I had no direction in what I was going to take this until I talked to Trey Worthy one day after comm. And he gave me a very good idea and was very helpful in this. And he told me I should compare my writing style to how I tie my tennis shoes. So the reason I think this tying your tennis shoes is a lot like writing your paper is one reason you have to first stick your foot in the shoe before you can tie your shoes. You have to have your foot in it and be ready to lace it up. I kind of compare this to my background research and my outlines for my paper, because without my background research, I don't have any direction in what I'm going to take my paper. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about, so I feel like I need to get research. So I feel like I'm kind of credible for what I'm talking about in the paper. And also, I have to make my outline, which is like that's going to tell me what direction I'm taking my paper. It also gives me my thesis statement, my concluding argument, my body paragraphs, what I'm going to talk about, when I'm going to talk about it, and so on. And then the next part of tying your shoes is whenever you actually lace up your shoes, like so. And I compare that sort of to my body paragraph. Because after you stick your foot in, after you make your outline and your background research, you have to lace your shoe up before you can eventually tie it. And I sort of compare this to my body paragraphs because I believe that the body paragraphs should be made before your concluding paragraphs and your introductory paragraphs, or else you really won't know what you're talking about. So I tend to do my body paragraphs first, and I tend to usually do about 3 to 5 body paragraphs, and I feel like that's enough to kind of get my point across. And then I compare it to that because that's the next step that I feel like I need to do in my writing style. And then the third and final step of tying your shoe is actually tying the knot. I feel like, or that goes last, obviously, and then you're ready to go, your shoe's tied. And I sort of compare this to my conclusion and introductory paragraphs, because that goes obviously after your body paragraphs, which is lacing up the shoe. And it sort of sums up my paper, and I feel like, and then I take my thesis from my outline, which I did at the beginning, and I feel like that's how I sort of write my paper. Thank you very much.